Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to generate these epic and viral theater performances. When I posted this on X, it went completely viral, the community loved it, and I think it's such a unique and awesome idea for a video to generate. It's like you're a part of this audience watching this epic theater performance unfolding on stage, with some of it being obviously not humanly possible, which is what makes it so fascinating. So I'm going to be showing you how to generate the images and how to generate the videos with Seedance 2.0. So it's going to be a fun one, and let's get started. So the first thing that we want to do is generate an image, and you'll notice that these images is basically from our perspective. It's as if we are in the audience because we see some other audience members in the foreground. They are holding up their cell phones and they are recording this incredible scene that's taking place on the stage. So we can come up with all sorts of incredible ideas, but from testing I've noticed that the image generator that gives you the best results for these types of images is going to be GPT Image 2. So with regards to generating the image, I'm going to give you two options. The first one is free and the next one is paid. So if you go to chatgpt.com, you can sign in, and with a free account, you can actually create an image. So if I click on this button, you'll see over here, image is selected, and then I can choose an aspect ratio. I can type in a prompt over here and click on this button to generate. But I think it only allows you to generate 3 images a day, which is honestly not much at all. But it at least allows you to test the waters. But the only limitation here with this being free is that you can't generate any videos on here. And this tutorial is obviously focused on generating an awesome video of this theater performance, which means that you need access to Seedance 2.0. Now, Seedance 2.0 is on so many different websites. I'm going to recommend two of them. The first one is going to be Dreamina.capcut.com, and with the subscription on here, you can also generate images with the GPT Image 2 model that you see over here. The only thing is you're limited to these aspect ratios, but everything is going to be self-contained over here. So you can generate your images and you can generate the video. Another website that I would recommend is Capcut. You can also get a subscription on here. I use this for all of my editing as well. You can generate images with a GPT Image 2, and you can generate those Seedance 2.0 videos. So it depends whatever platform you want to use. There's also all sorts of other platforms like Hilo, Runway, OpenArt, tons of them that are now offering Seedance 2.0, but I would recommend these two. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be using Dreamina because it's got access to all of the features that I need, especially with Seedance 2.0. But I'm going to go ahead and generate the image, but you can still follow along because it's just a matter of, understanding what prompt I'm using and how to bring it all to life. So to generate the image with GPT Image 2, I'm going to use the following prompt. And this is a universal prompt so that you can easily adjust it to your own liking and your own scene. All you're doing is adjusting what you see in the brackets. But just to break this down, you can see that I'm basically creating an extreme wide shot that's supposed to look like a photorealistic documentary style image, and we're creating an open air stage that's constructed to resemble, and you can see over here, this is where you will specify what the stage design is supposed to be, and if there's any other scenery on the stage or props, you want to mention that over there. I've also added that the audience is holding up smartphones to film in the foreground. That's very important. That's what obviously sells the overall realism, that you're in an audience. And then over here is where you mention what character is going to be on the left and then what character is going to be on the right, and then you can explain the overall action that's taking place, like maybe these characters are fighting or there's a chase sequence. You just need to get creative with that. But this is going to be the universal prompt, and if you check the description, you can simply just copy and paste this prompt and use it. Now you can also work smart. If you use ChatGPT and you just go to chatgpt.com, you could basically take my universal prompt, and then at the start you can say, give me 10 new ideas using this prompt format, and the AI is probably going to think of some ideas you would have never thought of, and you can maybe experiment and see what it actually ends up generating. So work in collaboration with the AI to bounce some ideas back and forth to come up with some very creative ideas for the image that you want to generate. Okay, so back on Dreamina, this is the prompt that I'm going to be using. It's basically going to generate the scene with a cowboy that's facing off against this giant steampunk robot. So if you want to do the same thing, then just check the description. You'll be able to copy and paste this prompt. I think it's just going to be a fun scene that I can bring to life. Now, I can do this on Dreamina with GPT Image 2. However, these are the only aspect ratios that I have. And I do want to be honest about something. It seems like Dreamina might be using a different version of GPT image too. I mean, these images look cool. They're very creative, and it's basically, adhering to my prompt. But I feel like using chatgpt.com, the free version, sometimes I actually get better results on here, or better quality. So that is just something I wanted to mention. But anyway, this will still be fine on Dreamina. I've got the image that I want to use. So once you type that out, it's as simple as choosing the aspect ratio and clicking on this button, and it will generate 4 images for you. So at this point, you've generated your images. It really depends on how many images you've wanted to generate. You basically doing some iteration and finding something that you like. So once you have your image that you want to use, it's now time to use an AI video generator model, and we're going to be using Seedance 2.0. So on Dreamina, it's super simple. I can just switch this over to AI video, and then over here, I can actually select Dreamina Seedance 2.0. Now I'm going to recommend that you use the Seedance 2.0 version, which is the standard version, because this will give you the best end results. It handles dynamic motion and action very well. The fast and the mini version, they do use less credits, but they just don't have that fidelity or quality like the standard version of Seedance 2.0. It is going to use more credits, but you will get the best results. So that's what I'm going to recommend that you use. And then whatever platform you're using, also make sure that you have access to Omni reference. This is usually available on a lot of platforms that offer Seedance 2.0. Omni reference allows you to upload images. You can upload multiple images as references. You can upload videos and even audio. So it's an extremely powerful feature to use. And then over here, I can actually choose my aspect ratio. And now it's just a matter of making sure that I actually add the image that was generated as my reference. So now I can just simply go ahead and drag and drop my image over here, or if I'm on Dreamina, I could literally drag and drop this image into my reference box over here. So now I've got my image in place, and now I need to type out a prompt. So I'm going to use the following prompt, and again, this is in the description. You can just copy and paste it, and I'm going to break this down for you so you understand how this actually brings it to life to get that whole theater performance. So the most important thing to include at the start of your prompt is the following. You need to say it's a POV handheld shot from someone in the audience, filming with a phone camera from the third row. The frame is slightly unsteady and raised above the other people's heads. This adds that overall realism to make it look like you are a part of the audience, and it also basically adds in that handheld, shaky camera motion, which makes it look very realistic. From here, it's basically describing the scene and what's actually taking place with the action, right? Maybe the characters are fighting, or it's a chase sequence. This is up to you, right? You need to get creative over here. Then I've mentioned that there's also some type of music that can be heard playing through the speakers on stage to add some more realism. And since you're a part of the audience, there needs to be a reaction from the audience. And this definitely helps to sell the overall realism. So you definitely want to include this in the prompt. I said the crowd can be heard cheering, some are amazed and others are shocked. And you can see over here, I even said there's audible oohs and ahs that can be heard once the battle is finished. And then from here, you can go ahead and choose a duration. I put mine on 15 seconds. And then on Dreamina, you can see it costs 225 credits for me. And I just click on this button and it's going to generate that video for me. Now you can also work smart over here, and let's say you've got a completely different image, right? I'm going to be using that same prompt I used with the cowboy, but now if I go to chatgpt.com and I actually upload an image, and then I type in something like, from analyzing the attached image, create 6 unique sequences, 3 are fighting sequences and 3 are chase sequences. And I'm just briefly describing that in this case, you can see now there's a baker. I said the baker always wins at the end with the other character collapsing. Use this prompt as the format and adjust it as needed. And then I basically typed in the prompt that I use for the cowboy sequence, and it goes ahead and it basically readjusts it as needed and gives me those 3 fighting sequences and 3 chase sequences. So this is another way to, let the AI also generate some unique ideas for you in case you can't really think of something creative. This is just another way to collaborate with the AI. So at this point, you've basically completed the entire process. You generated an image with this theater performance and you use Seedance 2.0 to bring it to life and make it look very realistic. Now I want to show you my end result. You'll be able to hear the audience cheering. You'll be able to see that handheld, shaky camera motion, and then obviously this awesome scene unfolding on the stage. So enjoy.
This town is mine! I hope you all enjoyed the show. Thanks for coming.
So from watching my sequence, you'll actually notice that my entire sequence was longer than 15 seconds. And you're probably wondering, how did I do that? Especially since the maximum duration is 15 seconds. Well, the way that I did this and why I recommended using Omni reference, because with Omni reference, I can not only upload images, but I can upload videos, which means that the 15-second video that I generated, you can see over here, I uploaded it as reference. And with Omni reference, the AI is so intelligent that it can analyze my entire video sequence. It remembers what the characters look like, it remembers the scenery and even any voices, and now I can basically create an extension. So it'll remember what happens right at the end of that video clip and basically extend from there. But to do that, when I type my prompt, I need to mention that it naturally continue the movement and momentum from the previous clip, keep the exact same art style, lighting, character appearance, and physics. You can type that, or you can simply say the scene continues, and then you basically want to describe what's going to happen next. So you can see over here, I also mentioned that, he says to the audience that this town is mine, and then the audience applauses and he bows and he waves, which is exactly what you saw in my video clip. So I basically created an extension to make this theater performance a little bit longer and more engaging to watch as well. So this is extremely powerful, and you should definitely use Omni reference to create these extensions. Now, I also put that on 15 seconds. It is going to consume quite a bit of credits, but then I can generate that and I'll have an extended clip. So just to give you a quick breakdown, now I am using Capcut on desktop, and this is just to edit videos. Now I do plan on doing a much more in-depth tutorial on creating seamless extensions, but this just gives you a quick behind the scenes. So this is the exact same clip that you watched. You can see here's my first 15-second clip, and then over here, placed on top and basically overlapping with the first clip is the extension. And you have to be very strategic with the way that you do this. It requires good judgment in order to create a seamless extension, because if I just drag and drop both clips in here, I'll show you right now, you'll be able to see exactly where this extension occurs, right? So pay attention to this. I'll put it towards the end and I'll click on play. Right there, you notice that? That, in my opinion, is unusable, right? That looks terrible. I see a lot of people do this. They just don't know how to do seamless extensions. You need to basically find a sweet spot so that it is seamless. So to explain this quickly, what I basically do is, so I'll drag in my first clip, I'll go to the end of it, and then I use the arrow keys on my keyboard, and I'll usually count back about 10 frames. You can see over here it's 15 seconds. It's got 0.2 over there. I'll count back 10, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's usually where I'll start from. Then I'll take my extended clip and I'll drag and drop it on top of this one, and then I'll try and find that sweet spot where it'll be seamless. Right, so you can see even 10 seconds back is not seamless. And then from here I'll experiment. I'll maybe go 1 frame forward and then drag and drop this over here and then click play. And I'll keep doing that until I find the sweet spot. Now, let me just do this. So my sweet spot was located right over here, and it requires experimentation and good judgment to do this properly, to actually create a seamless extension until Dreamina, releases a dedicated feature for this. But that right there would be seamless. Now another thing to notice with these extensions is sometimes the contrast can be adjusted. So I would usually go to adjust and maybe adjust the black value over here. Maybe I'll just bump up that value a little bit because sometimes it can make the blacks in a video also look different in the extension. But I do plan on covering this in a more in-depth video. This is just a quick guideline showing you how I extended my video to make it longer than 15 seconds for this theater performance. So I hope this gives you some good insight. Alright, so that's going to be the end of this video, and I hope that gives you some really good insight in how to create your own theater performances, and you even know how to extend them. Now I'm going to show you a few that I generated, so enjoy. And as always, you guys are super awesome, so stay tuned for some more videos and tutorials, and goodbye.
Almighty sourdough of destruction! No oven can contain me!
Good thing I brought the extra large rolling pin. Well, I needed a challenge and I got one. It looks like this loaf is toast.